Hi, this is Desiree, and I'm here to guide you heart, mind, and soul so you can heal your broken heart and write your next beautiful chapter. If I were to ask you what the number one determining factor is and whether someone will go on to heal and even thrive after heartache, what would you say it is? Forgiveness? Courage? Maybe to trust in life? Well, the answer may actually surprise you because it's personal accountability. The ability to take ownership and exercise your power of choice wisely and effectively. Everything else that's required for healing stems from this place. Now, just to be clear, personal accountability in any situation, whether it's a divorce, the breakdown of a relationship, the death of a loved one, or the loss of a job that really meant the world to you, this is not to be confused with taking all the blame for what happened. When you're feeling lost, sad, and beaten down, the last thing you want to do is turn that inward, berate, criticize, or even make yourself feel guilty about it, because all that's going to do is keep you stuck. What I like to call the revolving door syndrome. You've seen those revolving doors you find at the entrance to buildings. They keep going round and round until you make your exit. Well, when you start playing the blame game, whether you're blaming yourself or whether you're blaming someone else, you're actually going to trap yourself in patterns of negative thinking that make it impossible for you to actually make your exit out of those doors, because the blame game will cause you to actually lose trust in which direction it is you need to go in. So it's going to strip you of your power, which is something you must have in place before you can move forward. Instead, you're just going to keep going round and round, revolving over and over again. Now, personal accountability is about how you step out of the blame game. It's about reclaiming your judgments, your projections, and ultimately your very self. So how do we become personally accountable in a way that actually helps us to heal instead of harm ourselves? Well, the first step is to acknowledge that you won't fully heal until you do. And here's why. In every circumstance that occurs, whether we think we had control of the events that happened or not, two things are true. One, you are the other half of the coin, the other half of the dynamic that occurred with that person or situation or circumstance. Therefore, there's something in that experience for you to learn or to grow from. And if you can actually embrace that, it becomes an evolutionary step for you and for your life. It becomes a bridge or a portal that transports you to your next level. Number two, and this applies specifically to intimate relationships, whether with a spouse, family member, team member in an organization, it doesn't matter. The truth is always somewhere in the middle, somewhere between you and them. Now, what does that mean? It means that neither you or the other party are 100% right or 100% blameless, even though it looks like that purely from each of your different perspectives and according to what each of you value. It means that both you and the other person involved contributed one way or another, either energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, to where the situation stands today. And this is your point of power. This is where personal accountability begins. And when you can own this, you can actually start to transform the pain. Now, if you're watching this and you're in a place in your life where you're feeling betrayed or rejected, and you're thinking, what? But they betrayed me. They walked out on me. I made all these sacrifices for them for years, and this is how they reward me? And now I want to feel better about what they did to me, and you want me to look at my part? I'm saying yes, I do. Because you're not going to feel better, not in the long run, if you don't. Your part, however small, will keep resurfacing in your relationships and keep taking you down. So this is something that's well worth clearing up. Even if you think they are 95% responsible for the breakdown of the relationship, you still need to own your 5% if you don't want the situation to repeat again. You still need to clean up that little bit that is yours. Now, I remember when my husband of 10 years left me, suddenly and very unexpectedly. It was such a shock because he hadn't communicated at all to me that anything was wrong. We'd just moved countries to progress his career, so I was left alone in a new house, a new city, and it was a really tough situation to be in. But I remember feeling totally indignant at the thought of having to look at anything I had done, because I felt that I'd given so much to make him happy. And even though I thought we had a good marriage, when he chose to leave after getting involved with someone else right after our move, I was livid. Left alone to unpack our belongings, put our brand new house on the market, sell it, and then pack it all up again, there was no way I was going to look at my part, even though I knew what it was. But instead of being accountable and making the changes I needed to make, back then, I chose to feel self-righteous and just look the other way. And as time went on and I started to date again, guess what kind of guy kept showing up? Yep, the guy who was presenting me with the very pattern that I hadn't yet healed. It was almost a joke. The great thing about this life, though, is that we always have free will. We always have a choice. Each and every one of us in every situation. We can choose. And because our self-identity, which is how we see ourselves, this is always driving our choices and behaviors, whether consciously or unconsciously. It's always usually one of three choices we're going to make when we're in a crisis and confused about why we're in pain. We'll choose option number one. We'll blame someone or something, keep ourselves in a victim state, and refuse to make the kind of change we need to free us from our situation. Or we'll choose option number two. We'll fall into a deep depression because our model of the way our lives should look doesn't match the way it actually looks. So we'll get stuck in feeling powerless to change and hopeless about our future, and we'll actually believe that we're not in control of our life. Or we can choose option number three. We take ownership of what's ours, do the work, change any combination of our behavior, our perceptions, our actions, thereby empowering ourselves to make new, healthier choices that serve us, and then we can act upon them. If we choose options 1 or 2, we're stuck revolving instead of evolving, living the illusion that we are at the mercy and effect of others in the world and we're powerless to make the change. If we choose option number 3, we're gifting ourselves an opportunity to re-establish trust in ourselves and take charge of the direction in which our mind, emotions, and our entire life is moving. So if this is resonating and you're thinking, yes, I know I can make some changes. I want to take ownership of this and I want to be in control of my own destiny, then I salute you and I encourage you to be accountable. Take a deeper look at what's going on inside and make a different choice. Make a choice that's more loving and trusting so that your life can begin to unfold in a totally new way. Okay, now it's your turn. I would love to hear your stories, your experiences, perhaps how you've overcome heartache somewhere in your past. Please leave your comments below this video and let's get this conversation going. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up or share it with someone who really needs to hear it. You can also sign up for more videos just like this one or to receive my regular newsletter with words of healing, empowerment, and inspiration straight to your inbox. You can head over to myluminousheart.com and sign up there. Stay connected to your heart and keep letting the love in because you deserve to live your best life and share that beautiful, radiant light that only you can shine. Until next time.